you cannot date your type. If you are constantly dating your type and it ain't working out, girl, check them DMs. Look at his picture. If it's like, that's the one. I'm telling you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi, aka Petite Diva, and this video is all about a woman who came online to say that she was not attracted to her husband when she first met him. Now that video has over 4 million views as of the time I checked, and it got a lot of people talking. Now I have not watched the video itself, so let's check it out together and then I will come back to share my thoughts.
Wait. Okay, so I've been seeing this a lot with Clarence and Queen, but it's genuinely true. Like, you cannot date your type. If you are constantly dating your type and it ain't working out, girl, check them DMs. Look at his picture. If it's like, that's the one. I'm telling you, baby. When I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now, he'd even tell you, baby, it took me a little minute to, you know what I'm saying? You know? It took me about 2 days to start liking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real. About 2 days, okay? Because I was so used to, like, talking to light-skinned boys or just talking to boys who were more worried about their self, right? I done met a roughneck country bumpkin nigga who would do everything for me, and I almost passed him up because he was dark-skinned. A little rough. Oh, y'all, when I tell you I would have been out here working 3 jobs, I was with them. I'm telling you right now. Them niggas that care about themselves, they're going to have you out here working 3 jobs just to fulfill what they need in their purpose in life. Baby, my man ain't never told me to go get no job. When he came to see me and he told my mom and them, he said, no, I want to take her so I can take care of her. I got this. My daddy handed me over so freely because he said, oh, okay. Because his actions had already shown who he was. I'm telling y'all, this man learned I was a vegetarian then when he met me. This man learned everything that I like to eat. I got out of practice one day, out of basketball practice. I was so tired, so hungry. I went to go see him while he pulled out my favorite. I'm telling you, if he wanted to, he would. That's why I be looking at people like, girl, my man Ben showed me who he was in 2011. I ain't never letting go. I ain't never letting go. This is us. When I tell you I'm never letting go of that nigga, because he ain't never letting me go. And when you got somebody that ain't never letting you go because you ain't never letting them go, baby, get out of here. I'm just saying, for real though, like, y'all please stop dating like that. Like, it's kind of like a fairy tale. Seriously. Why are you dating somebody that is like as beautiful as you are? Let that nigga be obsessed with you. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, whatever. But I ain't even gonna lie, girl, after them 2 days, that 48 hours, baby, he had me so dipped. My doggone nose was so wide open. I had just knew I loved that man and he loved me too. I ain't even lying, we fell in love so quick, like so fast. And when I tell you he's so fine to me, like I will lick. My husband is so fine to me. I'm telling you.
Okay, so I finally watched the video that got a lot of people talking. And before we continue with this video, I just want to ask you guys, what do you think about the video? Do you think she said anything wrong? Do you think there's a parts that are actually making sense? And do you think that everything was just delivered the wrong way and she embarrassed her husband? I would love to hear your own thoughts, so please leave it in the comment section. Personally, I don't know about the backlash she was getting for this video. Maybe it's a way of delivering the message, but I'm not comfortably on the side of, oh, it was a bad thing she said and the rest. I'm on the side of, I don't think it's a bad thing she said, and I don't think she should have said it in that kind of way. I think our point was, don't just think that you need to date your type in your mind, that you have to like try and go outside your type sometimes, and because if you don't go outside your type sometimes, you might miss out on a good person. I think that's the overall purpose of our video. But there was something she said that was a bit icky to me. But anyway, let's check out what people had to say about her video, and then I'll come back to share more of my thoughts on the video.
Literally getting on this app and explaining to a bunch of fucking strangers that you do not know that you are not attracted to your husband because he wasn't your usual type. Then you go into explaining your type, and then you're starting off by saying light skin. And then you said something else. I don't want to get to lying, but she said light skin. I clocked that. And then she described her husband as a country bumpkin dark skin. It is you, bitches. It's you. It's you. You the ones that they be talking about. Like, that's really quite scary. And then you didn't even describe him like in no sexual, like mannish, like passionate way. You said that you liked everything he did for you. Not how he made you feel, not nothing. What he did for you. Now, it could have been an agreement between the two of y'all. I don't fucking know. I could care less. But I just think that was just outlandish. And then you was trying to use it as like some advice type of video. Why would I listen to you? Like, why would I listen to you if you couldn't even marry a man you was attracted to?
Did you guys see that light-skinned girl on TikTok who said she wasn't attracted to her brown-skinned husband? People are kind of up in arms about it. Basically, she was saying that her type was a light-skinned pretty boy, and that when she married her husband, she was not interested, not attracted at all to him, and that it took a few days and she had to change her standards, and then she fell in love with him. People were also saying that she kept mentioning attributes about him that were only beneficial to her, like what he could do for her. What I have to say about that is we're in 2025. Obviously, we know that a man should be doing more for you than you should for him. If that's your type of thing, if you want to be with a provider, then he has to be providing. It's not for everybody, but whatever. The other thing about that is she did say a few things in there that were, but again, when it's out of context, it doesn't make sense. But she did say something like, why would you date somebody as beautiful as you? Some people took that a certain way. I also did. But then I had to really pay attention to the context, and she was obviously already saying that she was interested in a light-skinned pretty boy. And she's a pretty girl. So from what I interpreted that as is her husband's not in the mirror all the time. Her husband's not making sure his hair is good all the time. He's like, I don't want to say a manly man, but he's a provider. He be in the field. And if you look at her content, she's literally be waiting on him hand and foot. So I'm pretty sure she loves the fuck out of him. And she says it all the time. Like, they're like rabbits over there.
So that woman who said she wasn't attracted to her husband, like, there was so much when I watched that video that went over my head because I was in pure shock of the fact that someone like genuinely posted that. Meanwhile, it's men that have the reputation for, oh, they always just want to embarrass the women they're with. They want to embarrass their partner. And also, I was taken aback by the fact that, like, she was talking about her husband like he was just like some gross looking man, like the grossest looking man you ever seen. Like, she described him like a grotesque creature. Mind you, someone told me look at her profile. Dude doesn't even look that bad. Like, he just looks like a guy that like you see like in the world, but like she made him sound like he was some sort of monster. So anyways, all that was going on, and then what completely whizzed by my head was the blatant colorism. She was basically saying that, ooh, like I normally am like into light-skinned men, blah, 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 blah. And she called dude a roughneck. I forgot exactly what she said. She said something that like described like light skins as like being like soft. So, you know, there's colorism there, but also you're calling it, I don't even want to say the full sentence. You're calling him a roughneck because of the color of his skin? Look, there's so many situations where I feel like saying, imagine if a man said this isn't a good argument, but like this is honestly like imagine if a man said that. Like, it's unbelievable.
You know, sometimes I be understanding why they used to whoop ass back in the day. I'm not saying they was right, but I understand it. You give a motherfucker the free rein to just say whatever the fuck they want to, and they get on an app and say, I'm not attracted to my husband. Now imagine You got the steel meal, you busting your ass, you paying all them bills, you coming home late as hell, dirt tired, gotta get back up at 4 in the morning, go back out there so you can get this woman whatever life she dreamed of. And that fucker get on an app and tell some folks you don't know and a couple motherfuckers you do that she not really attracted to you. I'll rewind the hands of time around this bitch. I turn this motherfucker into 1942. Blitz!
Some of you ain't know I've been married for the past 5 years, and I'll be honest, I was not attracted to my wife when I first met her. She was not my speed. She's like the complete opposite of who I normally go after, but I just decided to give her a chance. Like I said, once again, she was not my type. She was not that attractive to me. But there was just something about her. I met her. We talked for a couple days. We hung out. She seemed very supportive. So I'm like, why not? I mean, you're not my type, but I'm going to give you a chance because I normally go for this type. And then after a while, she just grew on me. Her looks grew on me in about the 48, 72 hour mark in the sense of, I think I can do this. What I'm trying to get at is just because you're not attracted to someone does not mean you don't give them a chance. Now, some of you are infuriated with me right now talking about why do I need to embarrass my wife like that? Why do I need to talk about her looks when I can just talk about the positives and not embarrass her on the internet? So why are you mad at me trying to hold me accountable for the words that I'm saying, but you not in her comment section talking about, girl, you wouldn't need to embarrass that man on the internet like that? Okay.
When I first met my wife, I was not attracted to her. I was not attracted to her. Like, you can go and ask her yourself. She will be like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He didn't fancy me, like, at all. And it took me, like, a while before I actually sort of felt some type of attraction because she's not my usual type. Usually, I like very, like, well-kept, like, light-skinned girls. That's usually my preference. That's what I go for. But she was just like a rough-looking, like, dark-skinned girl, and usually I was like, nah, that's not me. That's not me. But you know what? I was like, you know what? Let me just give her the chance. Let me just give her the chance, and we'll see where it goes, and we'll see, you know, what happens. And honestly, the way that she treats me is so amazing. Like, I love her so much. Like, I would never let her go because of how she treats me. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? Do you see how ridiculous that sounds? And you lot let that woman get on this app and say, yeah, my husband, I wasn't attracted to my husband. Like, it took a lot for me to be attracted to my husband. Usually, I like to go for, you know, very well-kept, light-skinned guys. And he was just a roughneck country boy. What? What? Roughneck country boy, dark-skinned? What? Are you being for real? I swear, God, I know they said that men will embarrass you, but the women are catching up. The women are catching up. And I don't understand why you feel the need to get onto this app and tell the world that you are not attracted to your husband. Like, the only thing that has made you somewhat attracted to him now is the way that he treats you. This is a dangerous game. Anyone that says that they are not attracted to their partner, but I'm attracted to how they treat me, is that, nah, man. We don't do none of that around these sides. Because let someone come that is attractive in all the ways that you want, physically, and can also treat you exactly how you want, emotionally. The game is gone. My man is done. You're jumping ship. It's a different case if you're with someone who wasn't your initial type. You get to know them, and then they become attractive in your eyes. As in, you find them attractive because of how they treat you, and physically you also find them attractive, even if they may not be conventionally, to the Western standard, quote unquote, attractive to the masses. That's different, but you find them attractive because of how amazing or beautiful person they are. That's different. But simply, nah, like, I don't find them attractive. Imagine being my man, had a long day at work, you know, you're paying all the bills, even on the way back home, you even got some flowers for your missus. You get back after a long day, you open up this app, and you find your wife telling the world, yeah, not the nation, telling the world, okay, reaching us man in the UK, us man in Australia, everywhere, yeah, that raw. She never found me attractive. She's told everyone, people that you don't know, and some people that you do know. This is on the same level as you know, getting your kids to call Aaron Pierre their dad. I'm so sorry, it's getting worse.
So you mean to tell me that y'all are bullying this lady on the internet because she says she wasn't attracted to her husband at first? If we're being honest, half of y'all were not attracted to y'all partner at first. Y'all just upset that she got on here and said that. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I grew up in church, so I heard it all the time. Like, people who got with these quote-unquote pastors and deacons in the church, they'd be like, oh, I wasn't thinking about him. He wasn't my type. He wasn't this, X, Y, and Z. If you go online and watch half of the How I Met My Husband videos, most of the time women are on there saying, well, I wasn't really attracted to him at first. I wasn't thinking about him like that at first, you know? Y'all just are offended by things that has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. If they like it, we should love it. Let's go back to those days. If you like it, I love it. Let that lady be happy. Why are y'all mad? I understand y'all are saying, if the roles were reversed and you said it, I understand it, y'all. But what works for other people works for other people. Leave that lady alone. They happy. You can see on her page, she always talking about what she do for her husband because she loved that man so much. Y'all just like to make a mountain out of a molehill.
A woman really got on the internet and said, I am not attracted to my husband. She said, when I met him, I thought he was a rough-neck, country bumpkin, dark-skinned that would do anything for me. I know you think I'm trying to make a joke, but that's not a joke. That's a quote. And I'm just sitting here watching it like, bitch, that man got feelings. What are you doing? She said she was only attracted to light-skinned men, but her now husband was a darky with black spots that made him look like a hyena on dark mode. Now, that last part was not a quote, but the fact that you weren't 100% sure is the problem. I understand the core point she was trying to make. Basically, don't let your ideal type constrain you from the options you have in the dating pool. But this Broadway fucking left. I wish my wife would get on this internet talking about, oh, I'm not attracted to my husband. Bitch, give me the phone. And she want to talk about, he knows it, he tell you himself. First of all, how depressing is that? To know you're not attractive to your partner. The fact that they would have to tilt their head and squint a little bit to see the potential. That's pain, bro. But also, we don't need to know that. This on the internet now. His boy's gonna see this shit and gonna look at him like, damn, bro. Your wife don't even like you like that? Bro, I didn't want to bring this up, but like, imagine if a guy said that. Yeah, bro, I usually only go for light skins or red bones, but my dark skinned, black as chalkboard ass wife, man, she a little rough around the edges, but she the love of my life. That shit is insane. He would get crucified.
On the rock!
Diaries, y'all. Diaries. Journals. Homegirls. Y'all ain't gotta get online in front of millions of people and embarrass y'all partners. Because why the fuck did you have to get on here and say that shit? We ain't need to know that shit. You weren't attracted to him because he dark-skinned and you usually like light-skins that care about themselves, but since he dark-skinned and look like he don't care about himself, now he the one because he care about... Shut up. You see what I'm saying? We ain't need to know that. And I honestly don't think, like, I don't believe that you meant no harm by what you said. You see what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, write that shit down in a diary, write that shit on a piece of paper, put it in a motherfucking Coca-Cola bottle, and then put it in a motherfucking Atlantic Ocean. That's like, you didn't have to get on here and say that. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Some stuff don't need to hit the internet. Y'all might be good. Y'all might fuck with each other. Woo, woo, woo. Sometimes people don't give a fuck that you're embarrassing them, but you're still embarrassing them. We care. You ain't have to get on here and say that. You went attracted to him. It took you a little time to warm up to him and all this type of shit. Who are we for you to even tell that shit? We don't give a fuck. Imagine if a man got on here and said, you know what? I usually date light-skinned girls. I'm usually attracted to light-skinned girls, but since this dark-skinned girl, she seemed like she don't like to keep up with herself, and she seemed like she would just pour more into me. That's why I chose her. Because she don't give a fuck about herself, but she care about me. Whereas the ones that I'm attracted to, the light skin, they would require a little bit more effort and for me to actually have to go to work and do shit on my own. So I'm just going to choose the person that I feel is less attractive. That don't sound crazy to y'all?
All right, y'all doing too much. Y'all going too far with this whole I wasn't attracted to my spouse thing. Like, bro, y'all putting too much out there. If you think your spouse is ugly, just say that. If you find other people more attractive, just say that. If you are fighting temptation because your spouse don't uphold a certain standard that your eyes is appealed to, just say that. Because that's what it sounds like. I would never want my girl, my wife, to get on the internet and say that she was not initially attracted to me. Y'all bugging.
I think men are so used to women dating from a place of male-centeredness, of admiration and such desire for male attention, that a woman getting online and saying that she has a loving husband that she's not attracted to pisses them off. You have two types of love, right? Especially when it comes from men. I think everybody dates like this to a certain extent, but I think women sort of combine the two, whereas men, a lot of times it's very black and white. You can ask a man, why does he love his woman? And he will reveal to you whether he loves her because of what she does for him or how she makes him feel. Back in the day, women were dating men based off of what they can do for them because they had to. Now it's a choice. So when a woman makes a choice to say, hey, I'm not necessarily attracted to this man, but the things that he's doing for me benefits me, and I love him because of that, this is a choice I'm going to make. Men don't like that. And one of the main reasons they don't like it is because that's how they date. They're practical daters, so they could be in love with two women. But the woman who's more convenient or does more and is of more service to him, that's 9 times out of 10 the woman he's going to choose. And starts telling you why he's in love with the woman he's with, and he starts spewing off of all of these duties that she performs or money she brings in or acts of service that she does. That's where he places his importance. That's how he feels secure in a relationship, by being with a woman who's of service to him or brings in X amount of money or does X amount of services. Whereas you have men who fall in love with women and marry women for how they make them feel. Her smile lights up the room. It's the way she looks after her family. I can talk to her about anything. It's the way she carries herself and her morals and her values, or she's a fun time. It makes me feel good. I could be having a terrible day and just her holding me changes things. She knows just what to say. That's a different type of love. Are they both good? Yes. Is one better than the other? No. But it just depends on what you need as a person to be in a relationship. So when a woman has the audacity to get online and say, hey, he wasn't the cutest to me, I wasn't, taken back by how fine he was, but he started showing up for me in certain ways and doing certain things for me, and I rock with that, and that's why I love him. Men do this all the time, but hearing it from a woman, and they do it, and that's how in the back of their mind, they don't really think it's right, because that's why they don't think it's right what this woman is saying, because she literally has in the caption, I'll lick the bottom of his feet, I love him, he's an amazing husband, but y'all don't like the fact that she loves him for his performance. Whereas men get on this app every single day, and they either want you to look a certain way or perform a certain type of duties. That's how people show up. Love is not unconditional until you have done enough life with a person for it to get to that point.
That lady's video about not being attracted to her husband when she first met him, and I think her point went over a lot of you guys' heads. You guys missed her point because of the first 5 seconds of her video, and I have a completely different perspective. A lot of us type is literally just what people look like on the outside. A lot of us are single and wondering why we end up in 5, 6, 7 situationships in 1 year, and it's literally because your type just what a man looks like or what a woman looks like. I like tall, dark, and handsome men, but a lot of these tall, dark, and handsome men that you like are also very self-centered and don't want to marry you. Her point was sometimes you need to look beyond just what someone looks like and actually see a person for who they are, and you will recognize that your type should also include the qualities that a person have. Well, I like a man that make me laugh. Girl, you are 30. Pick something else. You guys miss out on a good person because they don't come in the package that you expect them to be. I'm trying to tell you guys that you need to look beyond just the physical of a person, because a lot of times the man that you might think, oh, I don't want that person, could be the man who would move mountains for you. I'm just saying.
You don't see. You see that? You like that? Everybody's talking about this lady. I am not attracted to my husband. 1 million views, and she's talking about how she doesn't like her husband for real. So as we can see, several creators have weighed in on this. A lot of people give an opinion, but I'm still waiting on somebody to say what I'm about to say right now. What do you think he was talking about the entire time? What do you think he was telling women to do the entire time? Y'all are mad at this sister. If you listen to the video, she's talking about how she got a man that provides for her. She's not talking about how she got a bunch of kids with a guy that she liked and now they're not together no more. Do y'all realize that's the whole feminist movement? I want to get with a guy that I think is hot. Because out of all the things she said in that video that could be considered negative, a lot negative, she shouldn't have aired that about her husband, but truth still remains. Out of everything that was said out that video, this is the most important thing that was said out that video. Check it out.
He told my mom and he said, no, I want to take her so I can take care of her. I got this. My daddy handed me over so freely because he said, oh, okay.
Did you hear that? That is feminism. That is what women wanted to go against. My father trying to get me to marry James. I won't be with James. James country ugly. I want a fine man. I want Ramon. All the girls want Ramon, and he can sing, and he fine, and he likes all this foolishness. And now that's your baby daddy, and that's her 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 baby daddy. Yes, we get it. We get it. We see Shorty big fine with the kids. So obviously got kids. Somebody wanted to have kids with her. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I like you. Yeah, I used to play clarinet in high school. Oh, okay, I'm 5'8". She already got kids. They 6'3", 6'4", 240, 260 pounds. Oh, yeah, their daddy was a linebacker. He was going to play for the Rams. Just let her say she like you now. You know what I'm saying? If you still going to get with her, you know what I mean? That's the deal, man. But the whole thing is, back in the day, when you had a daughter, man, you wanted somebody to take care of you. That's the whole reason you going down the aisle, bro, with your daughter. You like, here, you got it now. Women took that away from us, bro. We don't want, you're not going to make me, I want to get with somebody I like. And look what happened. A whole more bunch of y'all need to go find somebody out of the that's going to provide for y'all, man. Duh.
Getting on the internet and telling the world that you didn't find your husband attractive because he was a dark-skinned, crispity, crunchy, musty, dusty. Okay, she didn't say all of that. Do we not have diaries anymore? Why are y'all so mean? And you kikiing and ha, and I love him down there. But you didn't have to tell nobody that. You didn't have to tell nobody that you prefer pretty light-skinned niggas, and then here he come, and you said, well, I mean, he good to me, he nice. So, yeah, okay. I love him now, though. He treat me so good. Ma'am, he's a person. They have feelings. That's cool that y'all been married a long time, and y'all got all these children, and you love him down, and all of that, but, like, you didn't have to tell us that. All I'm saying is that preference is okay, right? You can have a preference and still find a plethora of people attractive. Like, let's be real. Your physical attraction is the first thing that's you gotta go with that first. You have to. I don't know how nice or kind or sweet or whatever you are first. Not that I'm a shallow person, but I'm not built to just be like, ugh. But I mean, he nice. I look at this profile picture and that's not weird. That's not strange. That don't make me feel good. To be like, yeah, I mean, I don't really like Liv like that. Like, she ain't really my type. I don't really like big, thick bitches with glasses and gaps. But, you know what I mean? She cook good, and she bust it down on me, and she get a... So, I mean, yeah, I love her now. What? Sir, get the fuck away from me. She said that I usually go for light-skinned men.
that be put together or that care about themselves. So he a dark-skinned nigga that don't care about himself. He don't wash good. Ma'am, you could have just said that totally different. You could have just said, I usually prefer light-skinned men with good baby hairs or something, and dark-skinned men don't usually do it for me, but this one did. Like, you could have said so many different things besides, I am unattracted to my husband that I'm still currently with.
Some of y'all are talking about, oh, I wasn't attracted to my husband when we first got married or first got together. What do you mean? I'm not talking to nothing I'm not attracted to. I don't get it. I don't get it. Help me understand. But I gotta be, I gotta feel some type of attraction somewhere. I just can't.
Being a man in this generation genuinely sounds like a nightmare, because the fact that there are women out here that are only marrying men because of what they provide for them is genuinely terrifying. I feel like women nowadays literally take men for what they give, instead of viewing the relationship as like a mutual sacrifice of love and like what marriage was intended to be. Being a man in this generation means that you have to invest hundreds of dollars on a woman just to see if you like her enough to make her your girlfriend, only to invest more money and more time and then even more money on a ring once you propose. It's like you can go through all of that and never find out that that woman does not love you and she's only with you for what you provide for her. And I feel like the majority of women in this generation are like convinced that men should be providing everything in a relationship, and I get it, like I totally understand it from one point, but like imagine being a man. And that's not to say that women don't also sacrifice their own fair share during the process, but like for the most part, I think that women can pretty much be guaranteed that their man that they're with at least is attracted to them, like at least. I don't know, it's scary out here for both men and women nowadays.
I really hope the love that she has for her husband never finds me in my life. I'm so glad my woman loves me for who I am and not what I can do for her. Because there was a point when my wife was the breadwinner. When I was working a part-time job and she was the one paying the rent, taking care of most of the bills. I did what I could financially, but I was at home taking care of my daughter. Everything that woman talked about in her video, speaking about her husband, was what he can do for me. She was talking about, I used to love light. Imagine if a man was saying this. Hold on. I used to love them light-skinned dudes that took care of themselves, but I almost passed up a rough, dirty, dark-necked dude who can do so much for me. Imagine if a man said that about a woman in today's social economy. I pray, and I never wish the downfall of anybody's relationship, but when you put your business out there, just like I put my business and my relationship out there, you open for criticism. But I pray nothing ever happens to him, because he's going to find out that woman don't really love him like that. She only loves what he can do for her.
Now, like I said, I don't entirely think that what she said was a bad thing. And I think some of the things that she said, she could have worded it better. Now, a lot of people are really angry about the fact that she said she was never attracted to her husband when she met him. And a lot of people are angry that she was calling him dark skin, rough neck, and the rest. They felt like she was showing an element of having colorism in her preference for a partner. People thought that the whole video is kind of embarrassing to her husband. Some people said that if it was a man that actually said the things that she said about his wife, people would attack the man. And the creator actually made a video saying some of the things that she said in his video, and in the comment section of his video he was receiving a lot of backlash. Even in the comment section of another video of a woman who referred to his video and featured his video, he was getting a lot of backlash for saying those things. Meanwhile, he was just saying the things that she said, but as a man. So many people were not like comfortable with the video. Some people felt that when she was talking about her husband, she was just referring to the things that he does for her, and that it didn't really show that she really loves him or likes him like that. And someone was also saying that, so if someone that is light skinned, takes care of himself, and also provides for her like her husband appears in front of her or something, that will she leave her husband and then go to meet that person? Now, watching the video and what she said, I think some of the things that people said about the video is a bit off. I know some people also got the point that she was saying, where she was saying that don't restrict yourself to a particular type that you think you like, that the person that you think you don't like might actually be the person that is best for you. Now, personally for me, I always say that I don't want to like notice if I'm going to get married. I don't want to like notice the person I'm going to get married to initially, because I want to be myself while the person is in my vicinity, in my circle, and just be myself, because I notice based on my past behavior, I can act foolish sometimes. So I don't want to notice the person. I don't want to clock the person until I am very, very comfortable, and I'll be like, hey, wait, I think this person is supposed to be with me, or I'm supposed to be with this person at that point in time. But at the initial point in time, I don't want to notice the person. This is me being saying the truth, because I don't want to give myself so much pressure to try and be on my best behavior. I want to be on my worst behavior. Let the person see me as I am. And then if the person can take me at my worst behavior, then the person can take me at my best behavior. So that's for me. So I don't know if I would say that I don't want to be attracted to if I'm getting married, the person that I'm supposed to marry, but I don't want to notice the person initially. Now, she talked about the fact that after 2 days she was like really attracted to him, and she started noticing a lot of things that he has done for her, and she was like really in love with him. And I think they've been married for like 11 years. I think I got that from her video, and that she thinks he's so fine now and everything. And I don't think that is a bad thing. Honestly, the only thing that she said that was very weird to me was the fact that you don't want to date somebody as fine as you, calling him roughneck. But I don't know the guy, so I don't know how he was when they met. But it looked like she was just trying to shade him at first, but that's how she felt when she first met him. And for her, she said she was not initially interested in him for 48 hours after he approached her and the rest. And I don't think that's too long for her to say, oh, she started noticing that, okay, this guy is not that bad and everything in 48 hours. And after she decided to go out of her way to give him a chance, because she started noticing some features that she knew that she could stay with for a long time, and she's loving her life at this point in time. The way she was talking about him after the initial things that she said, so that she really, really likes her husband. So I don't know why people are trying to bully her for what she said, because like I said, her delivery might have been a little bit too much and too weird in some parts, but the purpose and the advice that she's giving is not a bad thing, in my own opinion, and that's my own opinion. A lot of people did not see that about the message, but this is my own opinion. I don't know what you guys think about our video. Do you think she said anything that was too outrageous? Do you think that she said anything wrong in her video? Do you think it was embarrassing to her husband? Or do you think she was passing a message that a lot of people need to actually think and reflect on? I would love to hear your own thoughts about this whole video. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.